Hello everyone, my name is Fortunator, and today I will be showing you all my Skylanders nicknames and telling you the backstories behind them, starting off with Spyro.
All fired up! Making Skylands proud!
His nickname is Analog Stick, or Left Stick if you prefer, and this is actually after one of Boombringer's Skylanders locks. His trigger snappy had a plus button in his name. Credit goes to another YouTuber for highlighting all those. There's actually a video on how to name your Skylanders certain buttons if you want to check that out afterwards. But Spyro started it all, so I thought I'd give him something special. Trigger Happy's up next. He's nicknamed after the GoldenEye series. 007 GoldenEye, I believe it's called. And his guns are golden. The gun in GoldenEye is also golden. So he gets that name. Gil Grunt's up next.
Fear the fish! I am one prize fish!
He gets the nickname Fish because I literally did not know what to name him. He's a fish. And fish is just a meme. So I nicknamed him Fish. Pokemon fans are gonna love these next two.
Be afraid of the dark! Let it out!
He's nicknamed Professor Oak after the professor from the Gen 1 games and the anime. Or at least the one in the anime that communicates with Ash every chance he gets. T-Rex is a tree. He looks like an oak tree. Professor Oak is named after the oak tree, obviously. So I thought I'd nickname him Professor Oak. And I'll give Barkley all the way too, because why not?
Be afraid of the bug! Let it out!
So Professor Elm is apparently one of Professor Oak's friends, but I see him as a lesser version of Professor Oak, like how Barkley, to me, is a lesser version of T-Rex. Yes, I get they both have their ups and downs, but still. So he gets the nickname Professor Elm. Oh boy, my Shroom Boom! We got the normal one.
He shoots! He spores! Look at my numbers grow!
This one's nicknamed Super Mario PS4, not only because he looks like the Super Mushroom, which is based on what the mushroom that Shroom Boom is based on, but because I didn't know what to name him, so I thought, oh, I'll just name him after a meme. A meme is of a PlayStation 4 game with a stock image of Mario on the cover, and someone says, "It's a me, Super Mario on the PS4.
He shoots! He spores! Growing stronger!
This one's nicknamed Hotel Mario after the fact that growing up I watched a bunch of Hotel Mario ITPs. They hold a very special place in my heart, just like this Chase variant. It's the first Chase variant I got in my entire time restarting Skylanders series, and is the only one I still have. Well, actually, just the only one I have. I didn't have any others before this. Moving on to Ninja Stealth Elf.
Silent but deadly. Catch a glimpse.
She's nicknamed Ninja because of her costume. It kind of reminds me of the Ninja from Super Mario Bros. 2, which would then later make a cameo in Super Mario Maker and its sequel. And yes, I get ninjas are based on ninjas, but I'm not naming her Ninja. That's just boring. And Legendary Stealth Elf.
Silent but deadly. Catch a glimpse.
So, Legendary Stealth Elf is just a recolor of Stealth Elf, kind of like how Golden Freddy is a recolor of Freddy. So I'm like, oh, let's just nickname her Golden Ninja. Because, you know, ninja. Cinder.
Bolts and lightning. My power will haunt you.
She's nicknamed Female Spyro after the fact that I went to the mall one day and was looking for a Spyro figure, Series 1. And I was asking the guy for Spyro. He didn't know who Spyro was. So I had to tell him, Spyro is a purple dragon. He wouldn't stop pointing at Cinder. I had to guide him. Not only that, Cinder was made as a companion for Spyro. Sure, she was the main antagonist in the first game of the Legend of series. But other than that, she's literally just Spyro, but female with lightning breath, edgier, and female. I think I already said the female part. Whatever. On to my Jetvac. Both of them. And they're the exact same figure, so...
Hawk and oar! Well, the sky's the limit!
This one's nicknamed Gunbird because A, he has a vac gun. And second, he's a bird. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Besides, I didn't know what to name him. The other one...
Hawk and oar! Well, the sky's the limit!
is nicknamed Brid, after a meme that was floating around on the internet for quite some time, with a mug that had a picture of a bird and Brid vertically next to it. And there was this sign that read, "This item's price has been marked down due to the misspelling of the word bird." And I mean, it kind of sucks having two jetpack that are the exact same. I mean, sure, I put one path on one and the other path on the other, but other than that, they're pretty much the same. So he got the nickname Brit. On to Earth Element for giants.
It's feeding time! A perfect record!
He's nicknamed Land Shark after the fact that one of my high school friends actually had their own Terrafin. They lost him, but they always called him Land Shark. So I'm doing that as like a tribute to them. Now we get to move on to Prison Break, Light Core.
The beam is supreme! Light core. Looking strong.
I'm sure most of you know why he's called Light Core Mascot, but if you don't, he's called Light Core Mascot not only because he is the best Light Core in terms of figure, but because he is the character that is used for the Light Core symbol. Essentially making him a mascot of the Light Core Skylanders. Light Core Eruptor was just a red blob at this point.
Born to burn! Light core. Burning up the charts.
He's nicknamed however you say that, feel free to give me an official pronunciation through text in the comments below. He's named after a volcano, an actual volcano. However, the volcano's name is 16 letters long, and Skylanders only allows for 15 letters. So I wasn't able to put that second L at the end. Also, I thought the name was just funny. It looked like a random thing that someone typed. And they were like, okay, yeah, we'll name it that. Up next is Igniter.
Slash and burn. No fireability.
He's named after, well, the Fire Emblem series. And kind of his backstory, because Fire Emblem has dragons, and his backstory states that he was going to go and slay a dragon, got burned, and got fused with the armor. Now he's a fire spirit. And Fire Emblem has dragons. And magic. His fire soul is technically magic, if you think about it. And now we get to move on to Drobot, also Light Core.
Blink and destroy. Light core. Statistics impressive.
He's nicknamed Meta Ridley after, well, Metroid character Meta Ridley. They're both dragons, organic dragons, with robotic parts. I was originally going to name him Soundwave after the Transformer his voice was based on, but then I thought, nah, that's too obscure. On to Swap Force now.
8 legs and no pegs. Making my mark.
He's nicknamed Davy Jones after the Pirates of the Caribbean character. Or Caribbean, however you pronounce it. Davy Jones in that series is a pirate with octopus-like features, kind of like Washbuckler. That's literally why I nicknamed him Davy Jones. Bottom half is Jones, top half is Davy. Rattleshake.
Go ahead. Snake my day. I always look good.
He's nicknamed Dirty Harry after a movie series called Dirty Harry, following a character named Harry Callahan, whose catchphrase is, "Go ahead, make my day." You know, make, snake, makes sense. So that's it. We got Kickoff Countdown coming up.
I'm the bomb. Ooh, I'm a smart bomb.
He's nicknamed FIFA World Cup because he was used to promote it, and he's a soccer ball. Well, he's meant to look like one. Which, honestly, I like, and he's the only countdown I have, so that's the main reason. Up next is Big Bang Trigger Happy. So this one's nicknamed Rocket Wisp after the fact that Trigger Happy is a shade of orange. And for his Wow Pow, his golden guns come together and turn into a giant rocket. Kind of like when Sonic uses the Rocket Wisp to turn into a rocket. So I nicknamed him Rocket Wisp. Now we got Dunebug.
Can't beat the beetle. Might as well be hieroglyphics.
So he's nicknamed Scarab after the insect beetle species he's based on. He's also based on those golden scarabs you see in movies all the time, and Egyptian culture, and scarabs are usually associated with that. So, and now we got Twin Blade Chop Chop.
Slice and dice. Does my power please you?
He's nicknamed Papyrus because he's a skeleton warrior looking for a battle, just like how Papyrus is looking for a battle in Undertale. They're both skeleton warriors, although Papyrus doesn't have a sword and shield, and they're both looking to please someone. Papyrus is trying to please Undyne, and Chop Chop is trying to please the Portal Master. And his twin blade form is just goofy. I mean, look at that. So hearing the name Papyrus from me. Now we get to move on to Trap Team, starting off with the minis.
Hey, the dog. My powers are yours.
I actually played Bubble Witch Saga 3 at some point, and the main protagonist there is named Stella. Hex's orb attacks kind of look like shooting bubbles. So I thought, I was gonna nickname her Bubble Witch. Nah. I thought I'd go more obscure and nickname her Stella. So. And then we got Ice Mall. One of the better minis.
I've got my eye on you. Looking very good.
His nickname is Isosceles, albeit in a bad pun, because my sister was talking about Gravity Falls and a character named Bill Cipher, who's basically a dream demon that takes on the form of the Illuminati with arms, legs, and a top hat. But it was the eye that sold it. So I nicknamed him Isosceles. His nickname was going to be Oculus Rift. Oculus because of the eye, obviously. And Rift because he travels through a rift from Skylands to Earth and back. Now we got Chopper.
Dynamite. Looks like I'll stand the test of time.
So he's nicknamed Roboraptor after the remote control robotic velociraptor dinosaur thing from Wowie Robotics. They're known for making the Robosapien, Robosapien V2, Jobot, and Femisapien. Those are the ones they're popular for. But they're also known for making more stuff. The Roboraptor was actually I remember my Aunt Bertha having a wind-up toy of it from McDonald's. Don't know why, but they did. And I'm like, hey, I remember that. And the propeller kind of reminded me of the wind-up thing. So I get he's a T-Rex and not a Velociraptor, but both are carnivorous, so it don't matter. So I nicknamed him Roboraptor. Oh boy, my favorites. Food Fight and Food Fight.
Eat this. All the right ingredients.
So Food Fight here is nicknamed Artichoke after the veggie he's based on. In case you didn't know, artichokes are actually flowers. So they're veggies because they're not vegetables. Tomatoes are veggies. Tomatoes are fruit. Zucchinis are fruits. Artichokes are flowers. So when he says veggie power, that makes a lot of sense. Now on to Dark Food Fight.
Eat this! My numbers are growing!
He's nicknamed Burnt Artichoke because when I saw his figure, I was like, oh, that's just a burnt artichoke with silver spray paint holding a tomato gun. That is it. Jawbreaker, my favorite one.
Down for the count.
So Jawbreaker is named I'm a Kitten, and I'm not going into the stats for this, for a reason. During the final boss, I would always just walk up to the screen, sit there, and go, I'm a kitten. Then I would move somewhere else towards the screen, face towards the screen, and say it again. Do this about like 5, maybe 6 times, and then I'd wail on the boss whenever I got an opening. So hearing that name. These last two are for the Skylanders fans.
Fear the fish. I am one prize fish.
So this one is named Leviathan Lagoon because Gilgrunt debuted in Spyro's Adventure, which was the debut of Leviathan Lagoon, which is a level in Spyro's Adventure that introduced the Rainfish, which was formerly known as the Leviathan. And his WoW power is named Ride the Leviathan. And his Leviathan's made of water, so he just gets Leviathan Lagoon as his nickname. Snapshot will be a real treat.
Rock and roll. Even more amazing than I thought.
He's nicknamed Bullseye after his beta appearance in Giants. His name in that game was supposed to be Bullseye because, male crocodiles are bulls. He's got a bow and arrow. Bullseye. But no kid would have been able to get that name. As a matter of fact, I'm sure some people would have thought it was the most basic because of the bow and arrow. But I figured it out, and I was actually astonished when I found out. That's all of my Skylanders and their nicknames. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below which backstory was your favorite. I will see you all in the next video.